Because we ain't dealing with nobody's unhealed son.
Okay, and you have been very vocal about that. It's just like we're in this life where we love getting peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Peace and calm.
I did a post the other day and I was like, you're not competing with other people that I may be dating. You are competing with how incredible I feel being alone.
Yeah.
Now this is the kind of Hollywood mess where you hear the names once and immediately sit up, because Taraji P, Henson being linked to Ime Udoka already sounds random, but the second you remember Ime is Nia Long's ex, the same man tied to one of the most embarrassing public relationship scandals Nia ever had to deal with, the whole thing starts feeling less like a cute dating rumor and more like somebody opened a door that should have stayed locked. And what makes it crazier is Taraji has been outside talking heavy about peace, boundaries, calm energy, and not entertaining anybody's unhealed son, but now the streets are whispering she might be tucked away with Ime, and people are looking at her like, girl, out of everybody, him? Before we get into it, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story has old beef, public embarrassment, alleged secret link-ups, empire drama, and Nia Long possibly looking at Taraji like, you took my man, and you knew exactly what that looked like.
Is there possibly anybody keeping Miss Taraji warm at night? Anybody just who making
Now, why would I tell you that if it was?
you so good.
Ain't no ring on my finger. I mean, I can't claim it.
You know I'm gonna get in there and ask you.
You feel me?
You know.
See, this is not messy just because Taraji might be dating somebody's ex. Hollywood passes the same people around like everybody is sharing one private group chat, so that part alone would not shock anybody. The real issue is whose ex we are talking about. Ime was not some quiet little boyfriend Nia dated for 2 weeks and forgot about. He was with her for years. They had a whole life. Then boom, the scandal hit, and Nia had to watch her relationship get dragged across every headline, blog, and comment section, while everybody else got to whisper and point. That kind of humiliation does not disappear, because time passed. So when Taraji's name gets placed next to his, fans are not hearing new couple alert. They are hearing, oh, so we're reopening that wound today? And the timing is what makes people side-eye this even harder, because Taraji has been giving speeches like she graduated top of the class from the University of Boundaries. She has been saying she loves her peace, she feels incredible alone, and any man who wants her has to compete with the joy she already built by herself. That sounds beautiful. That sounds mature. But then the rumor says Ime Udoka might be the man in the background? Baby, that is where the math starts wearing a wig, because how do you preach calm while allegedly walking toward a storm with a name tag on? And people are not letting Taraji slide because they feel like she has been moving with a little too much do as I say, not as I do energy lately. 1 minute she is calling out Hollywood, calling out rich people, calling out everybody else's choices, and the next minute fans are pulling up receipts asking why her own moves do not always match the message. So this Ime rumor did not land by itself. It landed on top of a bigger conversation about Taraji, maybe judging everybody else, while still doing what she wants behind the scenes. But here's where the story gets even messier.
I love Taraji. She's an amazing actress. There's no beef with us at all.
Because Taraji and Nia are not exactly known as two besties who braid each other's hair and send birthday captions every year. There have been whispers for years that their energy was never right, especially after Nia appeared on Empire. Publicly, Nia denied any beef and gave the polite actress answer, saying she loved Taraji and there was no issue. But behind the scenes, the reports painted a different picture. There were rumors about Nia being late on set, tension with crew members, makeup complaints, producers having to manage the energy, and Taraji allegedly not being here for it at all. And if you know anything about Taraji's image, she is always presented as somebody who rides hard for the crew, the people behind the scenes, the ones doing the work while the stars get the spotlight. So if she felt like Nia was disrespecting the Empire set, that would have been enough to set the room on fire quietly. And that is why this Ime situation feels so personal to fans. Because if Taraji and Nia already had old smoke, then Taraji being linked to Nia's ex does not feel random. It feels like the kind of petty plot twist that makes people lean into the screen and say, wait, did she do that on purpose? Now, nobody has dropped a clean receipt yet. We do not have the candlelit dinner photo, the blurry hotel lobby footage, the matching hoodie evidence, none of that. But the rumors started because people claimed Taraji and Ime were allegedly in the same circles around the same time, and then a deleted behind-the-scenes clip had fans talking after Taraji was seen glowing, laughing, rubbing her stomach, and joking about sweet surprises. The internet did what the internet always does, turned 3 seconds of body language into a full Netflix limited series. Suddenly people were saying she was pregnant, then they were saying Ime was involved, then they were saying Nia was livid. And that is how celebrity rumors become dangerous, because even with no hard proof, the story feels believable enough for people to start treating it like emotional truth. Nia becomes the wronged woman. Ime becomes the man who embarrassed her. Taraji becomes the woman preaching peace while allegedly stepping into the mess. That is a perfect drama triangle, and the internet will not walk away from that. But let's talk about why fans are so protective of Nia. When the Ime scandal broke, Nia did not get the luxury of processing it privately. She became a headline. People were talking about her family, her relationship, her pain, and she had to carry all of that while the world debated details that should have never been entertainment in the first place. So now, if Taraji really is anywhere near Ime romantically, people are saying Nia would have every right to feel disrespected, because it is one thing for your ex to move on, but it is another thing for him to be linked to a woman you already had tension with. That does not look like moving on. That looks like being handed a fresh insult in a different outfit. And Taraji's fans might say, hold on, she is grown, he is grown, Nia does not own him, and technically that is true. Nobody owns an ex. But celebrity culture is not about technicalities. It is about optics. And the optics here are ugly. Because when you build your public image around healing, sisterhood, boundaries, and not dealing with messy men, then allegedly dating a man tied to another woman's public heartbreak makes people question the whole message. It makes them ask whether the peace talk was real or just branding. That is where Taraji gets trapped, because even if this rumor is false, it fits too neatly into the narrative people are already building around her. They are saying she calls things out when it benefits her, but gets quiet when the spotlight lands on her choices. They are saying she wanted applause for being above the drama, but now she is allegedly standing right in it. The wild part is, this rumor also brings the Empire beef back from the dead, like it had been waiting in a closet, with a folder full of old receipts. Every old report about tension, every whisper about producers trying to smooth things over, every story about Nia's short time on the show suddenly feels relevant again. That is the twist. This is not just a new dating rumor, it is an old rivalry getting a new storyline. And that is why people are saying Nia might not just be mad because of Ime. She might be mad because it is Taraji. Maybe this all turns out to be nothing. Maybe there is no secret relationship, no behind-the-scenes romance, no Nia meltdown, no Taraji double life. Maybe the internet took one deleted clip, a few alleged sightings, and an old feud, then built a mansion on top of smoke. But the reason the rumor is spreading is because the story has all the ingredients people believe Hollywood runs on: ego, old tension, private revenge, public image, and stars pretending everything is fine while the real drama happens off camera. And if Nia really is upset, can anyone blame her? Because from her side, this would not look like love. It would look like disrespect dressed up as coincidence. It would look like Taraji stepping into the same mess Nia had to crawl out of, then acting surprised when people noticed the footprints. So now, everyone is watching to see what happens next. Will Taraji address it, or keep smiling like the rumor does not exist? Will Nia throw a subtle post, a cold interview answer, a little "I know what I know" comment that sends everybody into detective mode? Because right now, the streets are not hearing Taraji found love. They are hearing Nia Long somewhere saying, "Out of all the men you could have picked, you picked mine."